Hey YouTube, what's going on guys? Sly here, back at it with some more of that Warmind news for you guys. So, hope everyone out there is having an awesome week so far, and hang in there guys, the weekend is simply hours away, or by the time you watch this, it might be the weekend where you are right now. So, good news either way. Now, also, it happens to be Xursday, so let's go check out our favorite back alley arms dealer and see what he has in store for us. And along the way, we'll talk about some of the exotic changes coming to the Warmind DLC. But first, like I said, let's go over and check out Xur. So as usual, follow the flashpoint, guys. Winding Cove is our destination today, so just go ahead and launch it and head on in. You know, one thing I thought was always funny about coming to the Winding Cove is I never really knew the official way how to get up to Xur. You know, he's up here by the ship up here on the left-hand side, but there's not really a path to take you there. It's like, you know, you hit the path, you take this left, you go up here, but he's still above you. So it's like what this guy's trying to do, jump up there and get to him. I really don't know the actual way to go, so I just go up on these rocks. But I just thought that was kind of funny. Oh, make it. There we go. Alright guys, well, let's take a look and see what he's got for us. And I've seen better, but Telesto's here, so that is always a good sign. Anyways guys, let's take a look at these real quick and then we'll hop into some detail. So first up, usually the weapons up first, but it's armor. Anyway, so young Amkara's spine for the Hunter is up first. After that, for the Titan, one of my favorite helmets, Mask of the Quiet One. And then for the Warlock, we have Wings of Sacred Dawn. And finally, here at the end, we have, like I said earlier, Telesto. So first up, armor. Let's check it out, guys, for the Hunter. So, our exotic perk, Wish Dragon Teeth. Increases trip mine grenade duration and marks enemies damaged by the blast. You can go for extra mobility or increased resilience. The mod for this bad boy is Energy Counterbalance, which reduces the recoil of equipped energy weapons. Alright, after that, moving on to the Titan helmet, Mask of the Quiet One. Its exotic perk is Dreaded Visage. Grants Anyway, grants melee, grenade, and class ability energy when damaged. Void ability kills grant health regeneration. You go for extra mobility or increased health recovery. As for the mod on this bad boy, we have Impact Absorption mod. Increases this armor's resilience and allow you to absorb more damage, which is always a good one. Alright, finally, last piece of armor for the Warlock, Wings of Sacred Dawn. Its exotic perk is Tome of Dawn. When Dawn Blade is equipped, aiming weapons while in midair suspends you there for a short time. Precision hits extend this effect's duration. And over here for the perks, we have increased mobility or increased health recovery. Now this mod right here is the Power Bracket mod, which improves handling for equipped power weapons. Now for me, I always go for either recoil control or increased reload. One of those two. I never go for handling. Handling is basically just your equip speed from switching over different weapons. It's like how fast you can get it ready. And that's, I mean, while that's useful, maybe Crucible, well, I'm mostly a PvE guy, so it doesn't really matter to me. I always go for reload speed or I go for recoil control. But that's it for armor, guys. Next up, let's take a look at one of my favorite heavy weapons, that is the Telesto. Exotic perk for this bad boy is called Unplanned Reprieve. Fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed Void Blast. After that, we have Projection Fuse, which increases the range. We have the Harbinger's Pulse, which is this weapon's trait. Multi-kills with this weapon immediately reload your equipped kinetic and energy weapons from reserve. And of course, that's a change from D1, where it used to drop a bunch of, orbs of light, which I prefer that trait to begin with. But anyways, after that, Polymer Grip increases handling speed, and of course this one here being exotic, all it has is the kinetic weapon mod, which gives you +5 attack, so no big deal about that. But that is it, guys. Besides that, we got our 3 of coins, super expensive, and a big one up here at the top, of course, Faded Engram. Alright, so thank you, kind Xur. Next, let's talk a little about exotics in the Warmind DLC. And the reason why I am pairing these with Xur is because of a few reasons. First, like I said, exotic Masterwork weapons will be coming with Warmind. Now, the good thing is that they will be applying to all exotics we already have. That means you don't have to go out and find new versions of the exotics before you can start your Masterwork process. So, like I said earlier, if you don't have any of the exotics that Xur is selling now, make sure you pick them up. Exotic Masterworks were a big topic of discussion at the Community Summit, and from talking with fellow YouTubers, amazing changes are on the way, like stuff that will completely change the way some of these exotics are used, and with that comes a big boost in damage. So, for instance, if it's a dull exotic that kind of sucks right now, or simply mediocre, then it could be the next OP thing to have in Warmind. So make sure you grab them all just to be safe. Ever since Destiny 1 came out, my motto was, if Xur sells it, you don't have it, you buy it. Now, in the TWAB yesterday, they went over some of the things you have to do in order to start the process of upgrading your new toys. So to start things off, you need to own the exotic. Once that happens, you have to find a thing called the Catalyst. In the weekly update, it showed COLDHEART as an example, as you see here. So let's do the same. So to find the COLDHEART Catalyst, you need to have it drop within a specific activity. For example, COLDHEART here only drops in strikes against the most challenging opponents, so more likely bosses or bosses in the Heroic Strike playlist. Now, it's not guaranteed to drop. Some of them drop after a certain amount of attempts, others drop completely at random. Once the Catalyst is found, you can then begin the transformation. Once the Catalyst is applied to your weapon, you will immediately get double orbs for multi-kills, like you do in your legendaries right now, and it will also track your kills, but it does not boost your stat ranges, at least not yet. After that, you'll be giving a set of challenges, or pretty much like bounties, to complete. As you see here, you have to defeat a certain amount of enemies before the next step can begin. Now, some weapons only have one step before they turn into Masterworks, others are multiple. Some of them are easy, others are much harder. Some weapons will be purposely paired with really hard activities, such as the Legend of Acreus, so expect some of your favorites to give you a bit of a challenge. So a quick bullet list of some questions. Exotic weapon masterwork pursuits only need to be done once per account. You don't have to chase your white whale on each character. The next one, through the masterwork process, duplicate drops of exotics via weapon engrams, milestones, or even the exotic collection will be initialized at your current masterwork upgrade state. So that means if you have it, you'll always have it. The exotic masterwork process takes place fully within the weapon detail screen. There won't be any objectives that take up character inventory space. So basically, what you see here within this this COLDHEART, it all takes place right here within this screen, nowhere else. So you don't have to take up any extra room within your inventory or in like your consumables, your vault, nothing. It all takes place right here. Next, not all Masterworks will be available immediately when Season 3 begins. If you inspect an exotic weapon and a Masterwork socket is not visible, then that means the Catalyst is not yet available, which means it will more likely be pushed out to the summer season. Also, after that, we won't be publishing guides on how to acquire specific exotic Masterworks. This is in your hands, and I'm pretty sure he's talking about my hands, because now I have to make guides on how to show you guys where to get them, which is fine by me. So that's really about it about exotic Masterworks. Now, as with all things, these are subject to change. So if it turns out to be too powerful, or it's not powerful enough, as usual, Uncle Bungie will be keeping an eye on the data. But that's about it, Guardians. They talked a little about a few exotic changes like the Borealis, Hardlight, and Tractor Cannon, but most of it we already know, or it's old news. A couple things here. Borealis is seeing a crazy buff that you might not have heard about, where it does double damage if you can break an enemy's shields with the matching element of the weapon that you're currently using. So if you're using, say for instance, a void element, and you see a sentinel coming right at you in PvP, shutting down the sentinel with the weapon will then load up double damage for the rest of that magazine, which will be a one-shot body shot in the Crucible. Now, it's going to be pretty tough to snipe someone in their super. Of course, it can be done, but if you do it, then you will be rewarded with some pretty powerful ammo that stays there with no time limits. It's there until you miss or you die. Now, besides Hardlight getting the same change as Borealis, where we can swap elements on demand simply by holding down the reload button, that's really about it. Once again, all pretty good changes in my eyes, guys, and I cannot wait to see what else is in store for Warmind, because just about everything I've heard so far is a step in the very right direction. But that's it for me, y'all. As always, thank you for watching and for supporting the channel. Oh, one quick thing before I go. I will be on the Anthem Insider Show coming up Saturday at 3 p.m. on Twitch. So if you guys want to check out that, if you're fans of Anthem, I'm going to be live on there. And I actually think that'll be my first face reveal I've ever done. I don't think I've ever posted pictures or been online or anything since I've had my YouTube channel up. So if you're curious, definitely check it out. Anthem Insider on Twitch at 3 p.m. Saturday. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Keep those eyes open for more videos coming out of Sly Nation in the very near future. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.